Okay, in previous video we have talked about author lists and everything related to that. So in this video, first of all, let's have something very clearly and talking about that, because these are very important. Okay, you have seen this is the directory which we have. Okay, this is the main directory or the project. Okay, we have a blog application and config. This is the project, and this is the base directory of our project. Okay, if you see this blog, here are two things specifically, like templates and static. For example, if we have 100 of applications and we have templates for each of them separately, so this will be a little confusing for us. Okay, but sometimes it will be great. But what if we have something like templates and the main directory, and we use from there, and whatever directory or application we or file folder we want to create, and we create in that templates, and the same as for the static. Okay, let me cut this from this blog, and in the main directory I paste it. Now it doesn't work. Okay, let me not refresh this. So in the settings.py file, we can see here something like, well, templates. Okay, in the templates part, here we have like base directory. Okay, and we have templates. We mention the Django, we tell the Django that read the templates from the base directory. Okay, let's refresh this. It works fine. Okay, what about this? Well, this is static. Okay, and the settings.py file, and the same file we have two piece of codes. Okay, one is static root and the other is static files directory. Okay, in the static root it says that base directory is static. Okay, let me run some command and then I'll talk about this. I tell that python 3 manage.py file collect static. When I press enter, well, let's run this once again. Okay, it tells that 136 static files copied to this directory. Let's see. Yeah, there is something like static. Okay, in the static we can see there are two directories. One is blog and the other is admin. Okay, this admin is all the statics of this admin panel, and the blog is the static of which we had already. Okay, now we have one static from here and the other static is here. So I mentioned that have a static file there, and let me tell the Django that read the static file from the base directory. From the blog application, I want to delete the static. When I refresh, it works fine. Yeah. It works fine. Okay, here we have seen everything, like the settings and everything. Okay, so let me tell you something about what actually we are going to talk about. Here are the users. Okay, and the users part, we have two users. One is admin and the other is Naveed. Okay, let's see. The admin has everything, like here permissions, all the permissions are true for this admin, and this Naveed does not have all the permissions. Okay, it is the active user. So we are going to have two kinds of users. One is active user and the other will be super user. Super user has every kind of permissions. Super user can do everything, can delete, can, well, edit and write every kind of, well, activities. And the active user will have only something like, the active user will write some article and will submit, and the super user will check that. If that's valid, the super user will publish that. Okay, so all this kind of process will be, well, I will implement, and let's see. Overall we have two kinds of users. Okay, let me, I have this. Okay, in the file, in the Django file, let's see, we have here something virtual environment. In the virtual environment, we said there is Django, like we have the Django folder. Okay, in the Django we had the contrib. We have seen from django.contrib.auth.model import this or something from this contrib, and from this contrib we had here auth. So in the auth we have here something URL. Okay, we have this URL here, all the URLs. But before that, let me have an app here called as well account. Okay. In the settings.py file, I'll add this account. Okay, this account is here. The account will have a URL, your urls.py file. Okay, now again let's come to this part. Here in the URL we have some URLs here. I want to copy all of them and let's paste it here in this URL. The settings, I want to save this setting, and we do not need all of them for now. I want to comment out this, and I want to comment out this and this as well. The only thing which we are going to work on is this login part. Okay, this login, it says that from django.contrib.authentication import views. Okay, then we have this path. Okay, in this path we have, for example, the login. It's very clean. Okay, so in the settings or in the main project URL, we do not have any things like account for now. I want to register this, and instead of this I want to have the account.url. Okay, everything is good. So in the account.login, when we reach here, for example, in the account, we see something. For example, let's have this. Okay, here account login. Something really great happened here. It says that template does not exist at account login. What should we do? We should have a file or a directory called registration and then login.html. Okay, let's create a directory here. Where in the template which we had. Okay, in the templates we had something like blog, and I want to create a folder named registration. And the registration we want to have something login. Okay, something really bad happened here. Okay, this is login page. I want to save everything because last time I did not save anything. That's why we time and again we faced errors. When I refresh, okay, this page is here shown for us. This is login page. Okay, let's see this login page. In the login page we have something like, well, very simple form, because the Django had something like form. When I refresh this, what happened here? Settings of line 34. In the settings line 34. When I refresh this again, okay, you can see something here. Okay, we had two kind of user. Number one is Naveed. This is active user. When I enter, when I refresh this and I log in this, okay, Let's have something here like form. Okay, in this form we have something like method. The method will be post, and there will be like form.sp as paragraph. Okay, we have a button here, and the button will have like login, and the button will have the type of, well, submit. Okay, let's refresh this. We have something here. Okay, an admin, I log in this. Something is here like CSRF token. CSRF token is something which Django has it, or every kind of, well, the templates or the input, the file which has the input will have this concern. Okay, I'll have a video about this CSRF token completely. So it means that cross-site request forgery. This is an error, we can say. So how we can like well, prevent this? For example, let's see here. Very simple thing. Let me, okay, in the form you see there is only one password, and the input password and the submit, everything. Okay, now here is another thing like username. Okay, if I add something here like CSRF token, CSRF token. Okay, when I refresh, something happens here. Can you see that? Well, there is an input, type is hidden, name is CSRF middleware token, and the value is something is. It means that when we have without CSRF token, when we have something here, the Django will prevent that input from entering something. So the CSRF token will prevent all those things. So let's have this admin. When I click this on this button, this is a new error, or we can say that this is page not found 404. Okay, it says that accounts profile. It redirected us to somewhere else. Okay, how we can solve this? It's good. Now we had account application. In account application, I want to create something like home request, and the request will be return, well, render request and registration. And the registration, we have some template like home.html. Okay, in the registration, I want to have this home.html. Well, where is that registration? Here. I have this home.html. This is home. Okay, first of all, let's see whether it works or not. Let me have this a name for this app name. App name will be account. So here, as instead of account, we want to have the, instead of accounts, we want to have account. We have not set the URL. From this views import, well, home. Here I want to have a path like home. The name will be home. Very clean. When I refresh, yeah, we can see this is home. Okay, so now we want to redirect. When after login, when someone wants to have use the login, so after login, the user should be redirected to this path. Okay, how we can solve that? Okay, in the settings we have something here and here, login redirect URL. Okay, here I told you that we have something like this, account home. Let's refresh this. Okay, I had this account dot login. So if I log in it here, instead of profile, it redirected to this URL or to this path. Okay, this user is logged out and the user is logged in. Well, let's check this is not logged in. And I want to redirect, or I want to see the account. It shows the account. It's very bad, because if someone has some articles or something which is not user, if someone finds even this path, so that person can access all the things. That's why we restrict something here. Like, for example, I see here from django.contrib.auth.decorators import login required. Okay, then after that I want to have this is called decorators. Okay, the decorators, we have talked about this very clearly in Python course, so you have to have a go through on that. So when I click here the refresh, it will redirect us to login page, but it does not understand that login page. So how we can have that redirect? In the settings.py file, as we had here something like redirect. Okay, now the same thing we can have here, login URL. In the login URL will be account login. Okay, it will redirect us to login. Now let's see. For example, if I click, it will redirect us to this page. Okay, for example, if I have this admin, now it works. Okay, so for here again I want to see if I logged out. Okay, when I click on or I refresh here, so it will redirect us to the login page. It redirected us to login page. Okay, in the view, let's have something like, well, class based view. But before that, let me import something from, well, Django dot okay, generic is correct. Okay, I want to import the mixin as well from django.contrib.auth.mixins import login required mixin. Okay, and the class based, I want to have the article list. So the article list login required mixin I have, and I have list view, and let's have a query set. It means that this query set mean that any user can see its particular articles. And let me import the articles as well from the blog app. From blog dot, well, models import article. Okay, article dot objects dot all, and I want to mention a template name as well here. The template name will be like the same, registration home.html, the same page or the same login. Okay, when I refresh here admin, I want to have this URL here instead of view, instead of this home. Everything is correct. Okay, I'll log in this.